Hey, hello guys. So look, it's a Thursday, man. First week of February, uh, has not been the best, right? Has not been the best. Actually, it kind of feels like 2026 has kind of been the death, of many accounts for, traders who trade live, for funded traders, for eval traders, people on demos, or even blowing accounts. That's a new one, right? I've I mean, it happens to all of us. It happened to me when I was on demo. Well, that's a new one, and that people were crying. I just blew my demo. That's news. Kind of just reminded me of where and how I used to start off. And anyways, if you're watching this video, this is obviously gonna be one of those different videos, right? So I'm gonna talk about trade recap. Stick around. Do want to just make a public announcement. Uh, if you need the help, if you need the support, if you're here supporting me, if you're here watching these videos, hoping to obviously gain some type of insight and obviously have a great offer for you, an amazing opportunity. I hope it could be an amazing opportunity as I'm intending for it to be. So let's talk about NAS this morning. I'm gonna rewind it. Obviously, this was my level from uh this morning. I did update the live. I mean, I did upload the live stream in my Discord where I did. Sorry guys, I'm reading some text right here. Let me just do that. Turn on my mute. I did stream live in my Discord. I typically like to do that. I'm considering streaming more live in my Discord. I don't know, 100%. Don't quote me on that. Every time I stream, it just kind of feels like it kind of comes back to bite me in the ass. Sometimes I always have one or two people who have nothing but just a plate full of curse words to throw my DMs, right? So just things. Especially if I have a loss. I mean, I'll post my loss. I don't have many, that's why I don't post many losses to begin with. But nonetheless, I'm still a human. I'm still on a fucking massive green streak, 22 days green. If I took a trade today, which panned out amazing, right? So let's just talk about it. Would have got another dub. Would have got a great dub. It's just I didn't say this in my live stream, but I did also want to trade my small account today, and it's just kind of thinking about for the sake and for the health of my small account. So let's take a look at this. So came down, bounced, came down, bounced, came down, came up, came down because of the red candle, bounced, came down. We had a nice wick, and I just want to see it basically come somewhere. I want to see it hold somewhere before we bounce. No doubt that we've basically been coming down, up, down, up, down, up, down. What's gonna happen next? Up, down, right? So it just really this was a TP, that wick, or let me clear this up. Actually, you know what? To make things simple, I should just use this. That makes things so much easier. Just to make things easier, all you have to do when you understand the pattern, when you understand what's been occurring, right? Look, my strategy is based off of what's been occurring, right? And you look to the left, it shows all the patterns. What's actually great for the sake of my stop loss too is that you have the zone. You see that wick? You see basically all these wicks over here. They're basically coming down, bouncing, came down, and when we finally came back up, we had a little retest before we shot back up, right? It may not look like a lot of points, but you actually have to look at it, right? So that's 90 points, small candles, and those are literally, for me, those are, I don't know what time session that would be, either Asia or London, but either way, I don't trade. For me, I'd be sleeping. That's like 11:30 midnight. I don't give a fuck about any time that's not New York time session. So, um, I mean, again, guys, I do this for my work. I do this for a job, right? So now, yeah, today was technically my last day in office. I want to take a little break. Have some things I need to take care of for sure. But anyways, back to today's trade. What was weird is that the president was supposed to be giving a breakfast prayer, just a small meeting. It's supposed to be like a simple, one of those meet and greets, on camera, like, hey, thank you for this. It obviously comes with a little speech. Typically, it's supposed to be nothing more than 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops. But this president fucking made it 40 minutes, 45 minutes long. And then at that point, it was like, you know what? Um, as we got closer to market opening, I already told my friends again. Look at the live stream that I posted on YouTube earlier. That video about the live stream. I was telling my friends, the people in the Discord, I'm not gonna trade because first of all, we had 1 minute candle. Again, I traded as early as 15 minutes into pre market. Um, and literally at 6:15, yeah, it was a candle I was considering of entering a sell on. Actually, she if I took a sell on that, um, it would have basically gave me a massive stop loss. So I kind of wanted to see it come a little bit higher because she did come a little up, kind of just a little bit higher where this red line is, and she started dropping, and I was like, no, I want to see it come up to that blue line. Well, actually, you guys can't see the blue line, but the blue line's is 670, and it came up to like six. I think it was mid 650s, something like that, right? So even if I had came up to 660, I would have risked 10 points being away from my stop. I mean my resistance zone, but my stop loss would have been up here. Another thing I had to keep in mind, guys, is that from my resistance to my stop loss was basically 40 points, right? So 40 points, and if I try to chase a trade, it's 40 points plus the space between my entry and my resistance zone. So in this case, if I did chase that sell at 615, it would have been, I mean, it could have been a 50, close to 55 points of a stop loss, right? And with my small account, I would have fucking blew it right then and there. So, and what scared me next is that we didn't even come up to retrace all the way to tap resistance, but she already dropped. And just a 1 minute candle, it had already dropped basically just below this, and it was a fucking 50 point drop. I mean, you can look at it, right? 670. 670 is my resistance, and then it came to that wick. What is that? 670 minus 622, and I was like, just a tiny, tiny candle, a tiny 1 minute candle pre-market dropped 50 points, and that wasn't even the full move. I was like, oh my god. I was telling my friends, especially with Trump speaking, volume will spike. It's gonna be the most volatile day of the year so far. Um, just be patient, be patient. And given that we had a massive sell off yesterday, I mean a minute, 2 minute, 100 point dump with Nas, yeah, be patient, right? So, um, look, by no means, she did tap this area 2 3 times and she kept dropping. I mean, guys, this is no joke, right? From here to here, it just kept playing that range. Um, there's just no way I was gonna basically risk such a, my opinion, when the president's speaking, when politicians are speaking right close to market opening, that lessens the probability that's in your favor of winning that trade because volume can literally just liquidate you at any given time. And banks, I'm speaking on behalf of my company, or I should say, not a company that I worked with, since now I'm, done working with them. Um, they will take advantage to liquidate you because that is literally the golden opportunities for people in charge of the markets, in charge of these orders, in charge of order flow. So it's important to understand that, right? So if I know that, if I 100% know that, now I tell this to a lot of people in every Discord that I'm in, timing is not your friend. Timing will be your fucking enemy. You have to understand timing. You have to understand what that's happening in that given second, what's happening within that time frame that you're about to place a trade in until you get out. You have to understand what's going on in the world. Timing is not your friend in trading. Never, never, never. So really, really difficult concept for many to understand. They think they understand. No, you don't. You don't. It took me a long time to understand, and it's still counting. No, people do not understand that, right? People, if you understand how timing is your number one enemy and how crucial timing is in trading, contracts. Oh, contracts is even more critical. As a matter of fact, traditional investments, again, even harder with forex and futures. That you can edit your position if you are in one at any given second. In other markets or any other type of investments or style of trading, you will get fucked. So no, people do not understand, and when they it's funny how people say they understand it and then they're taking two, three trades in a day. Um, of course, it all depends because I'm guilty myself too of taking multiple trades in a day. But again, I can see certain things, right? I can see order flows because I work for the Federal Reserve. So I can kind of understand when volume should be dry and when there's a huge spike of trades. Now, I mean, I've done that. I've been doing trading for so long. I don't even have to look at the scanner to understand that. You should be able to understand when volume's gonna spike just looking at the candle. So the moment the second I realized that we were already breaking previous, basically the bottom of that wick was already my TP1. Um, and anything below that, I was just gonna move my stop loss. So, if I did get in and which I didn't, but the moment that we came below this, I was like, this is gonna be a nasty, nasty drop, right? So then, while that would have been my TP1, this would have been my ultimate TP, and anything below that would have been a complete runner because this is anything below that. In my humble opinion, would be what I and my coworkers call a grave man's or a dead man's grave because anything that drops below it, she can just drop, she can just run. But if she retraces back above this blue line, you just gotta close that position because you don't know what that trade is capable of doing, right? So, look, my setup was great. If we go on a 1 minute time frame, she was great. Again, one, two, three. I had three opportunities to enter on this. Again, here's the thing. I said 615 she dropped 50 points. It was actually more so this one at 616. I mean, it was a great trade, right? It was a great trade. It's just these type of trades you have to completely move your position into um, move your stop loss to protect your entry just for the sake of protecting your capital, your account. No joke, it's funny. I did not take a sell here, and while Trump was still talking over here, I honestly really wanted to basically see it come below this, right? What was resistance? I knew it could become support, but she kept dropping. I was like, I literally told my Discord, I'm gonna enter. I was thinking about entering, and the moment I literally just put my cursor on the sell, she literally just fucking ripped up, right? So, I would have got sell literally by the wick, and she would have just fucked me. So, I would have obviously took a few, I don't want to say numbers. We'll refrain from saying numbers, but it would have been a nasty loss. So look, that's that. That's today's trade recap. I mean, if I took a sell, I would have been probably shitting my pants, but that would have been a nasty, nasty trade. Not nearly as nasty as yesterday. Yesterday was a 122 drop. Actually, that's how much I caught it. It dropped probably closer to 130, but I damn near entered on the top wick. Which where was it? Yeah, I entered on the fucking wick, literally. Entered on the wick, never was a damn drawdown, and all I wanted to see was basically I wanted to see it basically hold support right there. So, and then I wanted to basically see it come back up. So, kind of weird how we came back down and we just wicked that area. Not that part got, I did get a little ahead of me. But either way, that was a fucking killer trade. Yesterday trade, 10 out of 10. Today's trade was good, but I did push out because, I had my reasons. Again, it's one of those things. If you take a trade, you take a loss. If you can't understand your reasoning, it's gonna kill you, dude. Mentally, it's gonna kill you. There's a lot of traders who do not use their damn brains to start trading, and then they blow fun days, they blow their live accounts, they blow even fucking demos, and they start crying. I'm just about to commit, XYZ, referring to, self harm. That stuff is not a joke. Trading is not a joke. Treat it seriously, please. Because trading is the hardest way to make the easiest fucking money. I like to think of trading, and I tell my friends this too. And if you're watching this and if you're still, interested in learning from me, please keep this in mind. Trading is like a shovel, a tool, shovel. Again, trading is like that tool, that shovel tool, right? So I treat trading like a shovel and to dig me out of whatever financial situation I may be in. I did have some pretty big and bad situation that occurred in my life. just a week ago, and now I just decided until further notice I want to break. I'm using trading to basically dig me out of that problem, right? I'm using trading to basically shovel and put money into my wallet just to put me in different situations. So I'm not, even though trading no doubt is gonna be everybody's top of their income, top percentage of their incomes, or probably it's their biggest income. That's, I should have just said that. But nonetheless, you want to make sure it's not your only income, because you want to shovel your way into success. Again, don't be using trading because that mental stress it puts on you, it's gonna be there forever, right? So don't, make sure, especially as you get older, 50, 60, 70, 80, till your last breath, you don't want to be having this type of stress. You're not gonna be able to endure it, right? So um 5 years working for a bank, for a Federal Reserve, actually multiple institutions, but primarily 3 out of those 5, or 3.5 out of those 5 years have been for a Federal Reserve. Everybody says the same thing. Once you're close to 60s in retirement, if you're even still trading by then or investing, you're damn tired of it. So, anyways, the announcement, if you're still watching it here, one is that I'm gonna be offering in my Discord. I'm gonna be offering a free, kind of like a, I don't want to say a course. I want to refrain from saying that, but I'll be having basically master classes, uh, teaching 1.5 hours worth of content education from basically beginners to how you can make multiple six figures to seven figures, like me, right? So all my 9 years worth of education. I do want to try to keep it the first day, Monday. It's again 5 days, Monday through Friday. I have to look at the times that I said, but I think I said 8:30 to 10, or probably 8 to 9:30. I forgot which one I said already, but I think it's 8 to 9:30 Monday through Friday. Again, AM PST, right? Uh, and just gonna try to just keep things simple. And by the time it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're strictly just talking about my trade recaps. It's gonna be extremely detailed. I just want to have 5 people, no more than people, because I really, really want to make sure I can try to answer everybody's questions and try to make sure I can fulfill all the desires just within a short time of 1.5 hours a day, right? 5 days. So, in most cases, it could drag for people would charge a shit ton of money for, for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, a month or 2 months. But no, everything's gonna be recorded on my side. I'll do the recording. If you can record it, it's gonna be easier for you to keep it at your own disposal, of course, um, or for your own access. And just go from there, right? So obviously this is free. I'm not charging anybody, but if I'm doing it for free, um, yeah, we're gonna be sticking to the time that I just listed, 8 to 9:30 a.m. And starting from February 16th, which, yes, is a President's Day, it's a bank holiday. So, um, if you can't show up one day, I mean, I'm not gonna be an asshole. If you don't show up one day, that's fine. But if you're gonna miss 2 days of the whole week, especially if you're in my Discord, I'm sorry, but I'm just banning you. Don't waste my time. Don't, if I'm doing some shit like this, especially for the bottom of my heart, just being generous and trying to help people, because I know people are struggling. I mean, I'm on a 20. Today should have been my 23rd green day streak. It's kind of killing me to say I had a banger signal, I had a banger analysis, but then I just pushed out. I'm not even afraid. I'm not exactly even scared or feel shitty to say I just wasn't too confident in this trade given, the president was speaking. It's just the fact that I showed up and I analyzed the charts. My signal, my setup was amazing. Um, it had a nasty flush to it, and it was pretty quick too. I mean, yesterday was the fastest. Um, but I just didn't trade. I just didn't trade. That's what kills me, right? So that's what kills me. Again, I don't think there's a better trader than me. I really don't, and I don't even want to fucking sound cocky or to sound like an asshole when I say that. But I know for a fact I'm not a perfect person at anything. No one is perfect at anything, but at the end of the day, this stuff pays my bills, man. I just got, you know, I'm in the process of closing a deal, an escrow deal. I'm about to get the keys just in a few days. Maybe it could be tomorrow if all goes well. So, um, it's a place I never ever thought I would ever even be able to afford the mortgage, and let alone it's just crazy, right? So again, just crazy. Trading has really just created a whole life. It's created everything for me. It could and should be the reality for you as well if you take it seriously and just listen to people who's actually making a living out of it. So, I don't want to call names out, but you look at all these other piece of shit YouTube traders. They're nothing. They're nothing without those affiliate codes. They're nothing without YouTube paying them. I have not earned a single cent ever in my fucking life from YouTube or anywhere else aside from just my own trading. So if you want to learn from me, send me a DM. Join the Discord. My name is daytrader103 on Discord. Send me a Discord or let me a DM directly, or just text me that you're interested in the YouTube comments, and I'll add you. I'll send you the link to the Discord. But it's your responsibility to add me and to send me a damn message. Okay? Nothing in life comes free, but if I'm doing this free, take fucking advantage and do it at your own fucking effort, your own time. Right? So that's all I'm gonna say. Another thing too, again, this is probably a long YouTube video. Another thing too, it's bittersweet news at the moment because we don't really know how it could pan out. Still really new to this. However, within few weeks, it could be a month, it could be 2 months, but within few weeks, uh, me and a small handful of my friends have started this project of opening our own broker. So within a few weeks, again, maybe a month or two, we will be hiring people each from our side, roughly 2 to 3 people, to just with just only demo accounts, so no real money, right? That's gonna be a completely different situation. But with demo accounts, let's test it. We need some guinea pigs. We need some people who are willing to test it, and whatever. And this is the deal I'll make with my friends, with my folks. And you have to record your trades. There's gonna be one more requirement too, but that's gonna be personal. Um, you do need to be able to hop on video recording calls, right? Because this will be legal stuff. You have to record your face. You will see my face. You'll see your face. Um, of course. You'll be able to see all of our faces, as a matter of fact, through this Discord call or FaceTime, either or, whatever works best. And you're gonna have to, obviously just be open, transparent, truthful, because we're gonna have a legal document stating that you and us are not liable for any financial losses until we start live trading, which is gonna be obviously months from now. And one deal I can make, why people should want to be a guinea pig, why people should want to test this out, because whatever amount you make on a demo account, I will reimburse you 10% of your profits, meaning on a day-to-day basis. If you make, and I mean that, if you make, say, but this has to be all discussed between you and my team and I. Say if you make say if you make $1,000 on a demo account. Okay, well, what's 10% of that? It's 100, right? So okay, I'll Zelle you or send you $100 via Coinbase. You know, we could talk about that much later, but 10%, and you'll get paid instantly. So, only choosing 2 or 3 people. This is gonna be it's a very serious project on our side, and I just hope whoever says yes to this, I need you to really just make sure you're there. Okay, so, um, that's all I gotta say. If you're still here watching the video, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have 2 big announcements. I just hope whoever participates in whichever one of the news, whichever one you choose to, it benefits you because that's the single purpose here, right? So as always, guys, peace, love, and cheers. Thank you.